Greetings, vinyl community. I am coming to you this fine evening to do an unboxing. I just got done watching a German version of the unboxing of Sodom's new release of Get What You Deserve, and it was a great video. Didn't understand a lot of what was said because I don't know German, but the guy, I could tell he was very knowledgeable about Sodom. Probably knows a fair bit more about the album than I do because I've never listened to Get What You Deserve. But as Sodom's been going back and re-releasing and doing these deluxe box sets of their earlier albums, I've been picking them up. So I got let's see, it was Tapping the Vein was, no, actually, let's go back to M16. M16 was re-released in 2021 on BMG in a deluxe vinyl and I believe CD or maybe a DVD packaging. And then Tapping the Vein was done a few years later in 2024. That was on Noise Records. And now Get What You Deserve has been released as a deluxe. So I don't know that there's any unboxing of this one yet. It was just released yesterday and I got my copy today. So yeah, thought I would go ahead and with a little bit of knowledge I have of this album. So this was originally released in January of 1994. I don't think most fans don't consider it one of their stronger albums. There's a lot of short songs on it, maybe a lot more punk attitude towards it. Again, this is just from what I've read, from what I've heard. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing this because I know there's the remaster, but there's also a remix. So here is the very cool hype sticker on there. I'm not going to read, just kind of has a breakdown of the contents. So the different vinyl versions on here and DVD. There's a 34-page booklet, poster. So, and down at the bottom it says Noise 5 LP plus DVD. And there is, I'll try to pull back, try not to catch the light there. Get What You Deserved with a new album cover. Just as gory as the original album cover, but in a different way. This has the masked dude that we see on so many of the Sodom albums. And there's a breakdown of the contents on the back. I went ahead and cut the back part of the plastic so that we could easily get into the contents. I like leaving the plastic on the front. See the records there, and I'm gonna just pull out one by one. We're starting off here with the booklet. And as far as I know, these are the three original guys. I say original, at least the guys that were in the band in the 80s. But I could be wrong on that. I didn't do the research on that. So, and I'm not seeing lots and lots of pictures in here. So we'll give that a look through more detail later, because we're not here for the booklet. We're here for the records. Next up, we have a big pull-out poster, which chances are I'm not going to be able to show the whole thing unless I step back a few feet. Maybe we can fit in most of it, but that's a full size of the gents from the band, and a more purplish colored poster. Spidey. That guy looks a lot like Millie from Creator. Very cool collectible poster. And kind of loose hanging around in the front there, we have the DVD. And this is Reincarnation Live 1983. So I would imagine a concert from the time period in which this album was released. And it looks like there are two separate concerts on there. One from Germany and one from the Netherlands, both 93, and then some video footage and an interview, which is titled Silence in Consent. Now on to the records. Get What You Deserved, and this was what I guess would be considered the censored album cover. There's nothing too titillating about that. And the back with the songs, and we have a total of 16 tracks, which I believe were all on the original release. This is, I believe, the remaster. So they're calling it the 2026 remaster, with it just being released today, and we're only in February. It could have very easily been remastered in 2025, and they're just calling it 2026 because of the release. And we got that dual color of the yellow and red. A little bit of static going on there. So that is considered record number 1 of the set. Record number 2 has the non-censored album cover, which is not too terrible. I've seen worse, but a model kind of portraying somebody who's been murdered. Get What You Deserve, the title, yeah. And then the back looks just like the other one. Now, this one, I believe, is a remix, which I would imagine some of the band members have gone back into the studio and maybe fixed up certain parts. I know a lot of times guitars or certain parts are redone or just brought up more to the forefront, some to the back. But again, I haven't done any research on what's been changed with the album, so I don't know how drastic the remix is going to be. I would not imagine it would be anything as drastic as like what Dave Mustaine did 15 years ago to the Megadeth albums, but won't know until I give it a spin. So that is the second version of the original album. And then here we have, I will try to pronounce this as best I can. This was a EP that was released, I don't know, either right before the main album or shortly thereafter. Aber bitte mit Sinne. And I don't know German, so I could have totally butchered that. But Aber bitte mit Sinne. And you see the band members in the background, kind of overlooking the children's maybe birthday party with a fake pig on the table. Interesting. In the back, it doesn't look like the pigs fared very well there. And this is, let's see, side A is the 2026 remaster, and side B are the same tracks again, the 4 tracks with the 2026 remix. And let's check out we have the inner sleeve. Guess I wasn't showing the inner sleeves for the other two. Does have the lyrics on it. Oof, this is a nice one, like that. Kind of a tricolor going there with the purple, orange into the yellow. Very nice. I gotta admit, I could have gotten this just as the two record set with just the remaster and the remix, but they kind of sold me on getting the set with this and the other two that I'm about to pull out. And so the other two that I'm about to pull out is one gatefold. So this is live in Frischborn. Again, may not be pronouncing that. I don't know if it's Frischborn, but 1993. If I'm totally butchering that, somebody can correct me on the pronunciation. It is 2 records, and looking to see if it's 20, of course, yeah, 2026. Maybe on the inside we can find a date for the concert. It looks like open air, July 17th, 1993. So we've got a bunch of information going on in there and photos, I would imagine, of that day. It doesn't look like a very big stage. I see some pictures of Tom Angelripper. And let's check out the records. I have to transfer these records to some static free. Very nice splatter. Looks like a black and white splatter. It shows up a little gray. That is side A and side B. And I would imagine this will be similar. Yeah. A little more black on that side, a little more white on that side. Side C and side D. It's always nice. You got to check, because you read those complaints online where somebody they get a set, or they get a double record, and they got 2 of the same records, and oops, and they stuffing records in the record sleeve. They took 2 of the same ones. Those things happen. And then here's an insert with lots of words. Most it looks like at least all this up here is in German, but there's the content down below is in English. And then on the back, there's another write-up, and again, in German. I have no problem with that. They're a German band, so I would expect most of the stuff that they're releasing in their home country or in parts of Europe are going to be in German. So that's it. That is Sodom's super, or the limited edition super deluxe box set of Get What You Deserve. And if you are into Sodom, you like your 80s, 90s, 2000 thrash metal, if you're into destruction and bands like Poltergeist and Creator, then I would say I'm sure if you don't know Sodom, you should check them out. If you listen to those other bands, you have to know them. So, but yeah, if you're like me and you're a completist, you want to have all the extras, the live and the EP, this is the way to get it, because you're probably going to pay an arm and a leg to try and track down the originals. And I'm not even sure if the EP was ever released on vinyl. And as far as I know, that live is exclusive to the set. So if you are a Sodom fan, pick it up before it disappears. And I'm already looking forward to seeing what they're going to do next. Which album is going to get the deluxe treatment. Of course, I would love to see Agent Orange released with extras and kind of just a updated version of it. Not remixed, but remastered would be cool. Anyway, I've babbled on enough. Thank you for watching. Leave comments down below. What's your favorite Sodom album? Have you seen Sodom live? And what do you think of their newer albums? I think they're great. I love the new ones. I'm kind of more of a Agent Orange on type guy, but yeah, leave some comments down below. Tell me what you think of the band, what your favorite album or albums are, and I appreciate you watching. Have a great night. God bless.